Hello everyone, my name is Hazix, and welcome to my new series, which is called Prominence 2. It's a massive mod pack with tons of stuff, so if you're into chill gameplay and some quiet commentary, please leave a like and subscribe. This is my first time doing this kind of video, so... okay, that wasn't part of the script. So this is my first time doing this kind of videos, so please leave your support. And oh, not even sure how this is even happening.
Hello everyone, so this is Hazix2 editing right now. So I decided to make a voice over the video itself because during the recording there was a lot of noise, so I canceled the audio track itself. So I'm sad to disappoint you, but this is how the whole video is going to be. And with every playthrough, of course, you chop some wood, which took me quite a while. So here's a speed up footage of me chopping some wood. And obviously with every playthrough you have to make some tools. However, there is a way to get early steel armor and weapon by going to the overworld tab and getting the steel block that you get for free by completing 2 quests, which can make you a full set of armor plus a sword. Remember how I was struggling with the skeletons? So I figured out there was a castle right next to my spawn point, and I went ahead and killed a few cows to get leather to craft a backpack. With that out of the way, I went ahead and had the good idea to raid this castle, but I didn't find the entrance, so I tried to go from the side and faced off against a mutant creeper, which I don't know what was going on inside my head. I thought I could fight it, but obviously I cannot do that early game. So I crafted a wooden sword and a pickaxe and decided to go inside the castle. And before you criticize me for using the game rule keep inventory, this modpack is very difficult, and you will see me die like in the first day twice. So I had to activate it because it will be much more difficult if I actually had it off. This dungeon contained wither skeletons, so I had a rough time fighting them off, and I found an enchanting table, which was a good early find. However, the amount of monsters in this castle actually was very difficult to fight against, so I made the good choice to brute force through it, which caused me to die early.
Well, that was fun. Okay. So after a few seconds of contemplating my life choices for going inside this castle, I went on a journey to find sheep to craft a sleeping bag, which is one of the crafting recipes to get the backpack. And during my travels, I found a wild mutant zombie which kept harassing me. After that, I found this weird structure which had a chest in it, and surprise to me, it was trapped. After that blunder, I went ahead and made a boat, and I found a structure in the middle of the water which contained a few barrels. And inside these barrels, I found an epic boot and an epic iron chestplate, which was a great find, plus a pelican rubber ring, which can make me float on water and increase my swimming speed by 17%. However, it looked very funny to me. And with the rising sun of the next day, I found the same trap chest. However, I learned from my first mistake and disarmed it first before getting the loot. While exploring the woods, I discovered this fallen meteorite, which inside it contained a few iron, gold, and diamonds. Looking at the map, I discovered a village, which I decided to make a visit to. And during my visit, I found this waystone, which was the only useful thing I found inside this village. And while I'm inside this village, I found that this stable, which had few cows in it. And sorry to all the animal lovers, but you'll see me kill a lot of cows during this video. Later I found this ruined portal. I found the mine cell portal nearby, which was a great find, and it will help me progress faster in this mod pack. And while I was creating a waypoint in front of this portal, a demon spawn got my scent and tried to fight me. However, one smack from me and he was running away. After that, I went to the ruined portal and I found an obsidian skull and a golden apple, which is a great find. After that, I slept in the forest next to a cow, and after waking up, I decided to kill that cow. And with that, I leveled up to level 2, which increased my attack and HP, which will make me tank more damage. After running around all over the place, I found sheeps, which will give me the wool needed to craft a sleeping bag. However, during crafting this sleeping bag, I made the mistake of crafting wool sheets instead of a sleeping bag. And with that, I was frustrated, so I vented my frustration over killing these few cows. After that, I found a graveyard, which I went ahead and desecrated the gravestones and didn't find anything useful inside the coffins itself. However, the other chest I found contained Charm of Undying, which is a great early item to get, especially since in this mod pack every boss is very difficult to beat, so it will come very handy later. And since I made the blunder of crafting wool sheets instead of the sleeping bag, here is a speed up footage of me running around in 9 times the speed. Finding a sheep was very difficult, and while I was running around, I almost fell in a ravine, which would have been unfortunate, of course. This village is almost an hour long, which is how long it took me to find a single sheep. After finding the sheep, I surprisingly made the good decision to make some cheers instead of killing it immediately, which was extremely lucky because I got 3 wool pieces, which was enough to make a sleeping bag and craft the backpack. After getting us 3 pieces of wool, I made sure to craft the sleeping bag right this time, and there is a way to get the backpack early by completing few quests to get the backpack tank, which is an essential part of crafting his backpack. After getting the backpack, I failed miserably to upgrade it to Iron tier. I figured out that you need a blank upgrade and a leather and put them together in the smithing table. So I went ahead and crafted a few more blank upgrades and I made an Iron tier upgrade. I also crafted the smithing table. It took me a second to figure out how to upgrade the backpack. However, the iron upgrade is on the right, the backpack on the middle, and a leather on the left. With the storage issue resolved, I went ahead and entered the prisoner quarter, which is part of the mine cell mod, which you can get a lot of amazing weapons and a lot of gold and iron ingots. And during my exploration, I found this brawl blade, which was a great find. However, during the recording, part of the exploration was corrupted, so here's a footage of what I got in general. I got this amazing Ember Blade, which can fire a fireball at the target upon charging, and this Dormant Relic, which both of them are looking amazing and will be my main weapon from now on. Also, I found this cell crafter, which contained a lot of crafting recipes for other weapons, and this Promenade portal. This dimension is amazing. You should try to play it with complementary shaders. It makes a lot of difference. Here's a small footage of the dimension and how it looks with shaders included. Upon exiting the portal, I took in the scenery from this dimension. It looks amazing, as I said. And I went to inside a few dungeons and fought off all the monsters that keep spawning. I found this Nutcracker, which is a great weapon, but sadly I have better ones right now, so it's not very useful to me at the moment. While looting inside this dungeon, I found this Frost Blast item, which is a great weapon to stun enemies. While testing the new weapon and going along the walk path, I found a sign that's directing me to the Runic Vine dungeon and also the castle for going to the next dimension, which is the ramparts. Along the way, I decided to enter a dungeon and fought off a few monsters. And also I decided to try this Nutcracker because I got better one from this chest. Here I figured out that you can actually dual wield the Nutcracker with another weapon, and it's not a two-handed weapon. While going down this elevator, I found in a chest Half-Life's crowbar, which looked cool, so I decided to take a screenshot with it. After reaching the surface, I fought off a few monsters, reached level 7, and also found a new weapon, which is an Ember Lash. This weapon is actually very useful for me. You can evade backwards and heal 15% of your max health, which is better than a golden apple at this point. After all this awesome looting spree, I found the Runic Vine dungeon and went inside it. Here's a good trick to use in Prominence modpack. Remember that you're actually soft locked at level 10 until you defeat the Nether boss. So I use this elite monster to abuse this system, since normal monsters can't be farmed. So I kept killing him over and over again until I reached level 10. After reaching level 10, right now you're locked to this level and you cannot progress any further until you kill the designated boss. So after reaching level 10, you can't progress any further unless you follow the main quest line. After finding the castle to reach the rampart, I struggled a little bit to find my way to the top. However, surprisingly, I was blind to the runic block in front of me, which I could have used the runic vine in my hand to reach the top. However, I stayed for a few seconds searching for a way to the top. After reaching the top, I found the rampart portal, and I can't emphasize how much you should be using shaders, because here's a footage of how the rampart looks like. After going through the rampart portal, I looted a few hay bales for sustenance, and then I headed back home because I decided to leave the rampart for the next episode. Upon looking at the map, I found this structure that looked like another castle next to the one I died from in the start of this video. So I took the portal itself for some reason and a few torches and went on my way. Along the way, I kept hearing noises like explosions in the daylight, so that actually baffled me, and for some reason I thought it's a snail that was doing all of that. Upon reaching the location, it turns out it was a mansion, which was a great find because I needed a place to settle down, and luckily this place contained a toilet for some reason, and also it contained a forge, which for some reason it had a weird nether portal, like a portal with only two frames. So I use this place as my new home since I'm not a very good builder. After exploring this mansion for quite a while, I discovered that in the top floor there is a hot tub for some reason. And don't worry about the invincible beds right now, because later I figure out that there was supposed to be a queen bed in the top floor, and that's because I changed the resources back to vanilla instead of the ashen resource pack, and later in the video you'll see the original resource pack After taking a bath in the hot tub itself, I went to check why the beds are invincible, and I figured out that the Ashen resource pack isn't compatible with vanilla, so I had to make the tough choice of changing it back to Ashen. However, it's not very comfortable to me since I'm always used to the vanilla resource pack. After that, it's house cleaning day, so I decided to clean up the attic and everything in this room and the next one. And this area, I decided to make it my storage room. As you can see, I crafted a couple of chests and put them on top of each other's. One will be designated to blocks, one for rare materials, and in general, I will be cleaning up all the mess you see in this backpack. After that, here's the footage of me organizing everything in its place. This actually took me quite a while to finish. Remember, this footage is sped up 7 times over the span of 24 seconds. So then I decided to go to the attic and clean everything up, finding an iron chestplate which is legendary, also an epic helmet which I decided to put it on. And after that, I broke this armor stand and decided to put the waystone I found in the village to mark this place as my home. After that, I went ahead and placed the enchanting table I found in the other castle and decided to clean everything up from the cobweb and all these pistons and barrels. Also, here's a sped up footage of me cleaning up the attic to make it my portal room and my enchanting area. After the house cleaning day is over, I placed the prisoner's portal and decided to make a few more in case I want to go to the rampart or the promenade portal instantly. So I grabbed a few torches from the prisoner quarter. After that, I went to grab the bloom rock I had from before. However, the prison bricks that's required for the crafting recipe is crafted by prison stone, not bloom rocks. So I had to make a trip back to the prisoner quarter in order to get the prisoner brick. After getting a few prison bricks from this dungeon, I went back to the overworld and crafted the prisoner cell portal. And here I crafted multiple portals in case I want to transform them to the promenade and the ramparts. After that, I started cleaning the place up for future use, and I used up all the wood I had. And here I started lighting up the place to mob profit from spawning any monsters, and I used the prison torch since it looks cooler. After that, I placed the doorways and tried to use the dimensional ruin to change it to the promenade and the ramparts. However, for some reason, it bugged out for me and I couldn't do it unless it was the original portal. So here is a footage of me trying multiple times to use the doorway dimension, and in the end it worked for only the promenade. However, the rampart dimension rune refused to change for me, so I decided to give up for it for now and reorganized the portals. After that, I decided to go outside to collect some wood to continue renovating my new house. And I noticed that there was a tower next to my house, so I decided to go ahead and investigate it. It was filled to the brim with skeletons, so I decided to kill all of them and see what loot I can find here. In this chest, I found an ender pearl and a map, which I decided to explore later on the next episode. And it's fortunate that this tower is next to my mansion, which could make future renovation a lot better. So if you have any ideas on what to do next with this tower, please leave a comment and I'll make sure to read all of them. And I finished sorting everything and used my bathtub as a trash can for some reason. This concludes the video for today, for episode 1. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment on what I should do next. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. This is Hasturian and I'll see you next time.